Okay, first of all, the prize question. Who or what is a scimitar? A Kyrgyz fist fighter? A Central Asian black bear? Or a tiger from the Indian jungle? Way off the mark. A scimitar is an almost modern car with 4 wheels and all the trimmings. Virtually unknown in Germany, just a few decades ago it was still a car with a kind of cult status in England, which is probably why even the British royal family used this car for many years. Whether Prince Andrew, Prince Philip or Princess Anne, they drove 9 different scimitar models at varying speeds over the course of the years. The UK's 3rd oldest car factory, native to the Midlands, was largely unknown outside of British borders, even to car experts, even though they had long designed and built a large number of typical British vehicles. Reliant began in 1935 with the creation of their extremely quirky 3-wheeled cars, which were almost indestructible thanks to their synthetic bodywork and robust technology, and which, due to their method of construction, enjoyed tax concessions, making them particularly economical. Not until 1962 did they start producing 4-wheeled cars for more sophisticated requirements, from various saloons through sports cars to more or less attractive cabrios. However, their major success was the Scimitar, which was launched in 1964 as a sporty coupe. Although the Reliant company was not one of Europe's most modern car makers, it was one of the biggest manufacturers of fiberglass bodywork. The glass fiber reinforced plastic bottles of all Reliant cars and those of many other manufacturers were painstakingly built by hand. All other areas required largely manual work too. This even applied to in-house construction of gears and engines, which were produced in very high numbers. What couldn't be produced in-house on cost or capacity grounds was bought from Ford or other car companies, adapted to Reliant vehicles, and finally put through their paces on an in-house test track. And this Scimitar GTE from 1972, which has demonstrated its technical qualities, functionality and handling on almost all the roads of Europe, proves that these methods of construction weren't bad at all. By now it has driven over 500,000 kilometers with no major problems. This proud achievement is, of course, down to its indestructible synthetic bodywork, its robust engine, and finally the loving and expert care of its owner, who fell in love with the English Scimitar many years ago and brought one over from England, despite the lack of repair options, the dreadful availability of spare parts, and the skepticism of his wife and friends. Franz Schinnebeck, the proud owner of the Scimitar GTE, explains how it came to this. Yes, how does an English car end up in Bavaria? I saw it for the first time at a vintage rally, and it was love at first sight. Afterwards, I flew to England and found the car in a newspaper there. And since then, which was 1978, I've been using it every day. By now, I've driven 500,000 kilometers. Now I've installed a new engine all by myself, and I hope that it'll hold out another 500,000 kilometers. Which only leaves one question. What do Scimitar fans find so great about their cars? Above all, they admire the somewhat unconventional but timelessly elegant bodywork, the front with its double headlamps, the slim, sporty side and window line, the steep tail and a breakaway edge which was little known at the time. All in all, it's evocative of the once legendary Volvo P1800, nicknamed Snow White's coffin in Germany. The dashboard largely represents Anglo-Saxon taste, made of high-quality burl wood with numerous controls and instruments. The modern steering wheel was, of course, retrofitted. front and rear seats are well-shaped, ergonomically speaking, and upholstered in fine leather. The smallish boot can be loaded through a wide-opening window hatch, which can easily be safely kept open by gas-filled dampers. And, will wonders never cease, even 3 decades ago the Scimitar had separately adjustable back seats, which considerably increased the boot volume. A further peculiarity is that the spare wheel is kept in the engine compartment. This is otherwise filled with a 3-litre V6 Ford engine with 135 horsepower, which runs a little roughly, but offers good driving performance. It's a performance that allows the Scimitar to easily hold its own even in modern traffic. Whether in acceleration, torque or top speed, the sporty GTE has nothing to be ashamed of in comparison with modern cars. This also applies to its exterior. An easy-to-operate 5-speed gearbox, also from Ford, makes changing gears really straightforward. Of course, the Scimitar GTE, like almost all vintage cars, has some age-related flaws. But all in all, the Scimitar is still a sporty, elegant and successful car, still eye-catching to most people, and which stands out refreshingly against the mass of modern cars. And so we wish the Bavarian Scimitar a very long life.